Boop, boop. Are we live? Are we going live? I think we're live. Ooh, a couple of drop frames. A lot of drop frames. Let's see. Come on. Couple of drop frames. Let's give it a few seconds. Alright, looks good. Hopefully, I'm able to be heard. Checking out the stats on the stream. Alright, drop frames are going down pretty well. Alright, so let's start. Welcome back, guys, to the server room, episode 69. You saw the title of this live stream. Track computer usage. Why do this for this stream? So I believe a week ago, one of my clients wanted me to retrieve some computer information from a certain area where computers were located. And the reason why is because it's budget season and they wanted to plan replacing those computers. But the problem was, if those machines are not being used, what's the point of budgeting them and replacing them? So they wanted to find out what was happening to those machines on that particular area. They wanted to know if people were using them, what were they doing, how long they were using it. And I actually created a PowerShell script to go inside each of the computer's event logs, and I retrieved some stuff, but it wasn't what they wanted. The stuff that you're able to retrieve within Windows event logs is basically like if they logged in or they logged out, any type of interactions. But you get a lot of gibberish because if you have like SCCM and other tools that are contacting your computers, you're going to have like the system and network admin accounts accessing all that. So you get a lot of stuff. So the client did not want that type of information. The type of information that they wanted was who was logging into the machine, how long, what time, what they, what were they using during that time, that session, what kind of programs were they surfing, were they researching, were they productive, stuff like that. So I Googled it. I basically typed in track computer usage and I received like a crap load of recommendations from Google. And the only one that I found that was interesting was Controlio.net. That's the only one that I used. Plus, the reason why I liked it, because it gave me what I needed, and the time frame for me to get this information from each of the computers was 2 weeks. And Controlio.net actually gave me a 14-day subscription trial period, which was awesome. Plus, they also have reporting during that trial period, and they sent me reports of all the information. So it was a win-win for me. Now, you are able to use SCCM, but SCCM is so complicated. You actually have to go inside the reporting, and the out of the box reporting that SCCM provides, not really what you want. So you actually have to understand some of the reporting and create your own reporting with the database. I didn't want to spend too much time. Plus, I didn't want to stand up something big. Again, I only had 2 weeks, craft some information in and out. I just wanted to find something with a small agent that I'm able to deploy, grab them information. Once I was done, remove the agent, wipe clean the data, and present it to my client. So I found, again, Controlio.net, and I'm going to show you guys how it works. This is not a sponsorship. I am not selling any licenses. I am not advertising their product. I just found that this product was pretty cool, and it provided what I wanted to do for this time period. I saw other products, but it was like a huge stand-up. I didn't want to do a huge stand-up for only 2 weeks. It was just something, a small little product. So I'm gonna open up Chrome and let's go to Controlio. And I like the name, Controlio.net. Controlio. Sounds like something that Beavis and Butthead would say, like Controlio. Um, and it, like I said, it provided what I need. Again, I am not advertising. This video is not sponsored by them at all. It's just I found that this was one of the best choices that I found with the many choices that Google provided. Some of the utilities were like really freeware kind of thing, and I didn't really like it. It just didn't feel right. This was the only one that felt right for what I needed, and it was super simple. It was super simple signing up, right? All you needed to do is have a address, give it a password. Like right now, I clicked on sign up. Hopefully it loads up, and it should take you here. Come on. Come on. And come on, there you go. Just provide an email address, a password, confirm the password, give your first name, last name, a company, the number of employees, and just get started. Done. Uh, I already created an account, so I'm going to log into that account. One of the cool things about this is that they, during the 14-day trial period, they actually give you 10 licenses. Now, the way that the licenses work is first come, first serve. So for me, I had, I believe, 20 machines. Yeah, 20 machines that were needed to be monitored around this area. So I created an account, and it was first come, first serve. So the first 10 machines that initiated a session, a user logged in and started using it, a license was being used. The other 10 were still on standby until one of the licenses got freed up. So for me, it worked out pretty well for those 20 machines. And like, I monitored all the computers each day. And in reality, a lot of those machines were not being used. So I wasn't really utilizing all 10 licenses, which was still great for that 2-week period for me. So I already created an account behind the scenes. I haven't added any of the computers. I'm gonna actually um, get one of the computers and see, writing the correct password. Make sure there's no spaces. Let me log in real quick. Boop. And let me paste that there. Log in. Come on. There we go. No, I want to save my password. When you first sign up, you should get a dialog box. This is the dialog box that you are going to get. Dialog window, whatever. There are no computers with the client agent installed, which is okay. We will install an agent. You have two types of monitor modes. You have stealth mode and you got icon mode. The icon mode is basically you're going to see the icon on the lower right hand side of the taskbar, and then you have stealth mode. It's just going to be running behind the scenes. For this particular scenario, I use stealth mode because I just needed to grab this information. This stuff is pretty scary because it captures keystroke and it also records your sessions. So this is a really powerful utility. It's really scary, especially if you don't know it's running behind the scenes. Crazy. So we are going to click OK. And this is the dashboard. Right now, I don't have any computers, which is okay. For this scenario, for this episode, I'm doing everything within my little lab on my laptop. We're going to install the agent on PC02. And we're going to goof around with PC02 and see the type of information that you actually get using Controlio. So I'm going to click on please install the client agent. And once we install the client agent on PC02, we play around with PC2 and we go inside here. We will look into the productivity, activities, categories, sessions, timeline, details. We will go over each one of them. I think some of them you're really restricted during the 14-day period. Let me click again. There it goes. It actually gives you a link that you're able to shoot it to someone. Again, this is like really weird and creepy because I could shoot this to my son and he won't pay attention and he's downloading something. I could tell my son, oh, this will give you like V-Bucks for Fortnite. Click on this and install it. And Dad, it didn't give me any V-Bucks. Okay, no problem. And I could just monitor everything that he's doing on his machine, keep a close eye on him. If you have a tight restriction with your firewall, make sure you set up your firewall properly with these particular settings. Because if your firewall is blocking outside, the agent's not going to talk to your dashboard to get the information. So I'm gonna go to option 2 and just click on download. It's gonna download, I think it's an MSI file, exe file. So this is it right here. Each exe file, if you create another account, each account has their own designed exe file. Okay, so you can't let's say you have another controller or account, right? I don't know why, and you try to use this exe file. You want to use this exe file for that account, it won't work because this exe file is designed for your account only. Okay, so we are going to click on a little folder to open up the downloads folder because that's where it's dropped at. We are able to close this, and let's close this real quick, and let's minimize this. Did it open up? No, it didn't. All right, so we're gonna open up the File Explorer. I think I closed it. Let's go to downloads, and there it goes. Boom. Now I'm going to go to PC02, meaning the exe file, you're able to create a package within SDCM and deploy it that way, or whichever way you use to deploy your applications. You probably use like PDQ deploy or smart deploy, which smart deploy is now integrated with smart deploy. So whatever you use to deploy this exe file, go for it. For this video, we're going to do it manually. We're going to go old school. So within PC02, I'm going to right click on the start, go to run. I'm going to go to whack whack PC01 because that's where that stuff is at. C $, hit enter. Should take me in there. I am logged in as a full admin, but see if it talks. Network's acting kind of slow. I can do it another way too. Within PC01, I can also do run here. And I could do whack whack PC02 whack C $. Whichever one comes in first. This one is still thinking. And I got in on PC01. So I'm going to go into users. Come on. My network's running slow today. We're going to go into, let's go into BTNHD temp. Let's drop it in there. Let's drag and drop and copy it in there. Awesome. All right, so it's in the C drive within PC02. I got a folder over there called BTNHD. Oh my God, it's like when you say things a lot and then when you finally say it, it just doesn't make sense to you anymore. Yeah, crazy. Let's close this. Let's close this. Let's head to PC02. Didn't do it. I think I have a firewall problem with this machine, but I'm not going to deal with it right now. I'll deal with that later. Let's click on the File Explorer within PC02. Everything is running so slow today with my network. It's crazy. Let's go inside the C drive. And within the C drive, I dropped it inside the BTNHD_10 folder. And there it goes. Great. We're going to right click on it and we are going to run it as an administrator. And the utility is super easy to install. You're going to get the user account controls. Just click yes here. One of the things that I found is that this utility, you won't see it within control panel. So you won't be able to actually go within the control panel to remove it. You have to rerun the exe file and then uninstall it that way, or within the Controlio dashboard within here, which once we see a computer, I'm going to show you, you are able to actually uninstall and also delete the data that it collects, that it collects within Controlio, which is pretty cool. So from here, we're going to install to monitor this PC. Click here. If you do the second option, this allows you to download an MSI, right, locally, and then that MSI file, you're able to use switches or parameters to create a nice little package to push out to all your machines, or create a GPO with the MSI and deploy it that way. But we're going to do the first option. and let it download. Once it completes, we are able to install. And everything works well. If we go back inside PC01, where we're logged into our Controlio dashboard, we should see a computer here. Right now it is installing the agent, which is great, and it's completed. It's done. How fast was that? That was pretty quick. We're going to close it. Awesome. Now we're going to actually close this, and within PC02, I want to show you, like, if you go inside control panel, let's go inside control panel. Within the control panel, you won't see anything stating that Controlio was actually installed. You got to rerun the exe file and it will give you the uninstall option, or like I said before, go inside the portal and do it that way. So like, I don't have it in here. I can't click on it to uninstall. So it's hidden, it's running right now. It's kind of creepy, and you know, at this moment it's actually capturing everything that I'm doing inside this machine. So I could run, I don't know, let's open up the web. Let's open up the web. Let's do a couple of things in here, like really crazy things. Not crazy to the point that I'm going to get myself in trouble in the YouTube world. But let's just load up this. Let's cancel this. Let's go into my website. Bam, let that load up. Let's go back over here. You don't see anything, so let's refresh the page. We should see our computer in here, hopefully. Come on. There goes our computer. It even tells you the location. That's not the correct location, but all depends on where your ISP is being rerouted and stuff. But yeah, it's online, which is great. Bam, automatically a session is established. Typically, if you do not see a session, it would say 0. But because I'm actually logged in within this computer, and let me navigate a little bit, start clicking on stuff, let that load up, you will see a session. Now, if you go a little below, you go to the subscription part, this thing is pretty pricey. I mean, it's extremely expensive. Like I said, you get 10 licenses, first come, first serve. When they establish a session, it will take a license. So for me, within my scenario, within this job site, I just needed to monitor 20 computers. This worked well because not all 12 computers were being captured. So I would say between 5 to 8 machines were being captured and utilized and used, and I was able to give the client a nice report of what these machines are being used. And from there, they're able to decide whether or not they want to budget new machines for that area, or say, hey, no, we're going to leave this machines as is, because one, there hasn't been any help desk tickets being opened up indicating that there's problems with this machines. No one's complaining about the slowness about this machines. They're using this machines only to check email and do a couple of things. These models are great for that area. Leave it as is. Maybe next year when we're messing around with the budgeting, maybe we upgrade them. So that's the whole reason for getting these statistics and these matrix for these computers that I had to do. And again, this utility, I'm not being sponsored at all. They're not sponsoring this live stream at all. I just found that I found this utility. I just Googled it. I searched. I found a bunch of them. This is the only one that fit. The time frame, 14 days, for 14 days, they gave you everything. Nothing, I don't think anything was kind of limited, but they actually gave me everything. So that's how the license stuff works. Let's go in here. I mean, I'm surfing the internet. Let's open up. Hopefully my computer lets me do things. I'm gonna open up Notepad because I know, if I remember correctly, it actually captures keystrokes. That's creepy. So open up Notepad on 02. So we are going to increase that. Hello, everyone from YouTube world. I just type in nonsense stuff. So from here, this is all the system stuff. Let's go actually up a little bit within the dashboard part. Within the dashboard, yeah, it's not even early. It's only 12:15 in the afternoon. It's already gathering information, which is awesome. Look at this. This is crazy. Already, there's a snapshot already established. The user that's logged in to what computer, the activity that they're doing. I'm actually using Notepad. See how dangerous this thing is? It's just like it blew my mind. It's crazy. Search activities, Windows Explorer, search applications. That web usage hasn't gathered enough information to be populated as of yet. Any violators, depending on what type of rules you have, you're able to create rules. If they're doing certain things, you will get alert. But again, it's the whole purpose for me using this wasn't for that type of stuff. It was just me to grab information to see how people were using these machines. So if you go into the productivity section, you would see that, okay, myself, active bar, 100%, about 15 minutes, 15 seconds. That's what I've been doing. 100% for the activities. It actually gives you a nice little rundown of what you have been doing. Let this load up real quick. Okay. Windows Explorer, and I was using search applications, which, I was using Microsoft Edge, and I was basically doing this. Oh, okay. I'm here live streaming. I don't recall if I had to turn on the keystrokes. So let's go back into here. The keystrokes of this. So let's click on keystrokes. Hey, click on it. There you go. Nothing as of yet. All right. Yeah, so it hasn't grabbed anything yet. I guess I wonder how long it should take for it to start grabbing information. For details. Look at that. Isn't it creepy? Windows Explorer. I went to this particular website. I did a search, which I did do a search because I was searching for Notepad. I opened up the Notepad. You're able to click on one of the activities and it will give you another nice window of everyone and the time frame of when they were using Notepad. For me, it is 12 something. So actually time frame was between 12 and whatever, 7 seconds I used it. This is the type of stuff that the client was looking for. I mean, it's kind of creepy, but this is the type of stuff that they were looking for. They wanted to see what these machines were being used. Should we replace them? You don't want to replace machines if no one's using them. Or you could probably utilize that area for something else. So you can actually remove them, pull them. So yeah, you're able to open up. I'm trying to open up and see if I'm able to create crazy things on this. See if it captures anything. Open something up. Let's open up PowerPoint. You're also able to pick up Solitaire to see if we could open up Solitaire. So like I said, it's just capturing a massive amount of information behind the scenes. This is something that I needed something quickly. It worked well. There's no sponsorship on this video. They're not hooking me up with anything. This is just something that I Googled. I found it super interesting, and I wanted to show you guys that if you are looking for a utility to track computer usage for any type of reason, look into Controlio.net. It's a pretty good software to use. It's agentless. 14 days is not that bad. Let's go back, capturing all that stuff. The keystroke is the one that gets me, but I don't think it's been up and running for a long time to capture any keystrokes. because I know when I was using it, it took a while. There it goes. See? Isn't that creepy? Dude, that's creepy. So look, okay. Look, the notepad, right? Like I said, notepad and the keystrokes. Look, hello everyone from YouTube. You know, that's nuts. And I use the shift to uppercase the Y. That's creepy, dude. That's what I'm talking about. This is a really creepy software for 14 days. Like telling you, if I wanted to spy on my son to see what the heck he's doing and make sure he's actually doing homework, you could actually install this on your child's computer to see what he's doing. Another part is the snapshot part. It actually gives you a screenshot of what's going on. Now I haven't played with this part at all. Um, because my main concern was the details, the sessions, and the activities. That's it. So I was able to export each of these and then combine all the export. I think you're able to either export it as a PDF or a CSV file. If you export it as a CSV file and you're comfortable with Excel, you're able to create some nice pie charts and stuff. But this is a snapshot. This is like a recording of what I was doing. Dude, that's creepy. Look at that. It actually took a screenshot of me or a recording session of me going into the control panel. So you're able to actually create rules, right? You're able to create some rules and alerts. And if something happens or someone does something that triggers something, like, okay, if someone goes to if someone goes to TikTok during working hours between 9 to 5, boom, you want to get alerted, right? Capture that session, right? And you could do a lot of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't want to install this type of software without your end users knowing about it, because that compromises a lot of privacy issues, and it's kind of illegal installing software like that and you're capturing stuff without no one knowing. If you tell people that your computer usage is being monitored and you have that written down in the company's what is it, book, I forgot, it's like human resource manual or whatever, um, and it's already in there, it's written down, and when they sign that contract to work and they're using a company computer, automatically they should know, like, okay, my computer is being monitored, so everything that I do is going to be captured. Definitely use it, but don't use it and people don't know about it. Like for me, I would definitely use it for my son and I tell him, because I want to know what the hell he's doing. Or he's telling me he's doing homework, but he's actually playing damn Fortnite. Got you. I recorded you, dude. Like, yo, like seriously, 12 to 1, you're just playing Fortnite. You're supposed to be doing homework. You're supposed to be in Canvas doing your homework, and you're over here playing video games. But no, dude, I got a recording of you right now playing video games. So stuff like that, I would use it. But again, the whole point of this software was for me to actually get activities, which I was able to export out. Each section right here, when you go inside of it, you do have an option to export everything out individually. So it's right here, export, and you're able to do a PDF or CSV. I was able to export all the sections that I wanted, and I was able to combine it to this nice little spreadsheet and create like a pie chart kind of, thing for the client. And I gave the client that and say, okay, these are all the machines that are being used. This is how long they're being used. This is when they were used. This is what the users were using. These are the particular users that they were using the computer. Gave it away, and then they were able to make their final decision. I really don't know what they're going to do, but the information that this Controlio captured was what they needed. And it's super powerful. For 14 days, it allows you to play as much as you can. For pricing, the pricing was pretty expensive because, for example, if we do a buy subscription, this is it right here. For 5 licenses for 1 year, it's like 500 bucks. That's super expensive. 6 months is like 400 bucks. If you do 2 years with 15% off, only fine licenses. But again, if you have multiple machines, man, if you have like 100 machines that you want to monitor, that's like 14 grand. That's a lot just to monitor something. 1 year is 8 grand. It's too much. And then there's a possibility that the 100 machines that you're going to monitor are not being used. If you're pushing out, if you're pushing out an agent to 100 machines and you have a guarantee that you're going to be monitoring all these machines at the same time, go for it. If you have the budget for it, go for it. But yeah, so far to me, I think this utility was great for what I needed. But yeah, I just wanted to push that out to you guys. If you are looking for a utility to track computer usage for any kind of reason, for me, my reason was that the clientele was trying to find information whether or not these computers at this certain area were being used, because they were in the budget, they were budgeting stuff, and they wanted to see whether or not they needed to purchase new machines. And it looks like with the statistics that I grabbed, they might not upgrade those machines because not a lot of those machines were being utilized at all. So that's it for today's episode. So hopefully you guys enjoy episode 69. I catch you guys next weekend on episode 70. Wow, already episode 70. For those that are celebrating 420, happy 420. And I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. All right, so how you end this? I gotta end this because